In this video, we'll take up the product and quotient law of logarithms homework sheet. So the first question asks us to basically use the quotient law or the product law of logarithms. So since this is a difference of logarithms with the same base, I use the quotient law, and this one I use the product law. And then just evaluate the 3 decimal places. You may need to use a change of base formula because this one's okay, base of 10, but this one is a base of 5. Simplify each, number 2, simplify each algebraic expression, state restrictions on the variable. So just simplify it to single logarithm using product law of logarithms or quotient law of logarithms. For 2b, I had to use the power law of logarithms as well, in addition to the product and quotient law of logarithms. Stating the restrictions, just make sure the arguments are positive. 3, I just, very straightforward, just using the product or quotient law of logarithms. For 4, I express as sum or difference, so you have to break apart a single logarithm into multiple logarithms using the product, quotient, and just further simplify, use the power law of logarithms. And for number 4, I didn't state restrictions here, but if you want, you can add in the restrictions. But x, y, and z will all be greater than 0, and m and n will be greater than 0. Okay, number 5. So you want to simplify it into a single logarithm and then state restrictions. So for 5c, I started to show you the number line just to show where each or when each logarithmic term is defined, because I need every term to be defined in order for the expression to be defined. So basically I added number lines that help me out and visualize. Once you get more practice, you can get away without doing the number lines. Alright, number 6, they want me to write y as a function of x. Basically, I'm just using the logarithm laws and rearranging it, eventually solving for x. Now there is one thing I have here that it will prove to you later. If I have log y is equal to logarithm of x minus 3 all squared over x, then I can conclude that y is equal to x minus 3 all squared over x. That seems very, very logical, and we don't really need to say much about it, but I will show you this idea later on. Okay, so don't fret if this is bothering you a lot. So I'll just show you the solutions to 6, but I wouldn't worry too much about number 6. It's just really testing your algebraic ability. Okay, and lastly, number 7, we have a logarithmic identity. So we're basically using the change of base formula. Yeah, so this one, there's another version of the change of base formula that I used. Basically it's a shortcut. You could use the change of base formula to get to what I did, but mine is a shortcut. Basically, the change of base formula says that if 1 over log base b of a is equal to logarithm of log base a of b. So you can switch the argument and the base of the logarithm, and you simply take the reciprocal, and they will be equal to one another, as long as, of course, the restrictions on the base and the argument are fulfilled. So that's the solution for the homework sheet. If you have any questions, just leave a comment.